Namaskara Vikshake, Pranam Sathiyo and hello fellow sapiens. You are listening to Motovlog from this side of the video. Today, I have set out on an early morning ride on a Monday. This is a Sankranti morning, 15th of January. I am on Hyderabad Road. Started from Bangalore, my home, at around 6 a.m. in the morning, and now it is around 7:15. And you can see how cold and how chill and how foggy the weather is. And I'll leave some footage which shows some fog when I was riding early morning, and it was real fun. So the actual reason for me to set out on a ride today is to test my new motovlogging setup. So this is the first time I'm trying an actual motovlogging. You might have seen a lot of videos on my channel. If you have visited this channel earlier, where I have gone on multiple rides on locations around Bangalore. But this is an actual motovlogging setup which I have never tried before. So this is my first motovlogging. It's what you can say an actual motovlogging that I did because I am speaking as I am riding. And this I feel is the lightest motovlogging setup that anybody can have. I have a 360 on my handle, the Insta360 X3 actually. It can be any 360 that you have. And with the 360, the advantage is that you can show either side, that is either the highway, the road, or yourself. So it makes it very easy for a motovlogging, and your helmet might not have to bear any extra weight. So for me personally, this is the best motovlogging setup because the helmet stays light, and the microphone setup that I have is the Hollyland Lark M1 that I bought a couple of months ago, which is a wireless microphone. And the receiver is connected to the Insta360. The casing that I have, I'll show the setup in some time. And I have one more wireless transmitter inside my helmet. There is an adjustment that I tried with this helmet, the chin guard that we have here. I'll show you that as well to give you an understanding as to how light the setup could be. So the transmitter out here, the Hollyland Lark M1, the transmitter out here which I have set up into my helmet, is just 11 grams, which is like negligible. So it's as good as wearing a helmet and nothing else on it. And yeah, that's it. So this becomes the lightest setup is what I feel. Of course, there is a new version of the Hollyland Lark, which is an M2, the wireless microphone Hollyland Lark M2, which has been recently launched. I think very recently launched. And that makes more sense if you can go for that for your motovlogging if you don't want to bear any extra weight on the helmet. Because that has a magnetic clamp which you can affix on the other side of the chin mount out here. It is just this small. The Hollyland Lark M2 is like it's a coin. The transmitter is as big as a small coin, and the transmitter can go inside on the chin mount, and the chin curtain is what you can say on the helmet, and the other side, the magnet, can be affixed on the outer side of the chin curtain, and that's it. That makes it too easy. But with the M1, you will have to make some adjustment, which I'll show you in some time as soon as I reach home, because that would be the best way to show how I can remove the chin curtain and show you how the transmitter has been fixed into my chin curtain. Of course, there are some disadvantages for this setup, which we'll be speaking in a bit. Also, I need to do this mic check. I don't know how the voice is being transmitted because it's quite windy today, and I am riding it around, cruising it around 80 to 100 kilometers. That's what I usually do. I don't go too fast. Of course, this bike has the capacity to do amazing speed. Though it is a retro classic kind of a bike, it's a modern retro, but it's as I usually say to my friends and family, this is a sports bike in a retro disguise, guys. This is the Speed Twin 1200 from Triumph. But alright, if you are new to my channel, if you haven't watched any of my videos earlier, this is a Triumph Speed Twin 1200. Please do consider subscribing to this channel so that you can get more such videos over here. And this is usually a more traveling channel. It's a mix of bike riding, driving, traveling, everything. So you can get good content over here. So this channel is at its baby steps. Still a lot of improvement to be done. I'm trying to improve as and when possible. The equipment and my style of vlogging as I'm trying motovlogging, the actual motovlogging for the first time. So I'll try and keep improving. Please do support and subscribe. Beautiful hillock on the right side. So I'm returning from a point in Handlebar road back to Bangalore. So coming back to the disadvantages, there are two disadvantages actually. So I wouldn't call them major disadvantages from my perspective for my usage. So the first one being the Insta360 camera is mounted on the handlebar, not on the helmet. So what happens is if you get down the bike and start walking around speaking the usual vlogging style, what happens is the scene doesn't shift with you because the camera is not on your helmet chin. So what happens is you will have to remove the Insta360 camera from the handle lamp on your bike, put it on a selfie stick, so carry the selfie stick around all the time, and then do the with your vlogging once you get on your motorcycle. So that's disadvantage number one, and as I said, it's not a major one for me. For my style of vlogging, I would say for now that's what I think. And the second one being the receiver. The receiver that I have affixed on the casing of the Insta360. I'll show you that setup as I've told you earlier in some time. So the receiver is protruding out of the Insta360's invisibility band. As you might know, the Insta360, the selfie stick that you connect on the Insta360 is erased on the video. It won't show that it's invisible. It makes it invisible. The software makes it so. And also anything around the thickness of the Insta360 camera itself is all erased. It's not visible. So what happens is this receiver that I have affixed on the casing, the way I have affixed it, it makes it visible when you go wider than the ultra wide. Like if you want to go for a tiny planet or anything between ultra wide and tiny planet, the receiver is protruding out of the Insta360's invisibility band, and so it shows up in the video. I'll try to show that as well when I'm editing this video. So those I believe are the two disadvantages, but I don't think those are major for me because I would never use anything outside of ultra wide, and anytime I want to use a tiny planet, it's very rare case that I use a tiny planet scope, and whenever I want to use a tiny planet, then maybe I need to be a bit mindful, remove the receiver, not do any speaking at that time, and go into the tiny planet. So I think there is no protrusion of the microphone receiver then.
This is how the setup looks on the handlebar. That is the wireless microphone receiver on the Insta360 casing. You can also add in a selfie stick provided by Insta360 for an added height, which gives a different perspective.
So from the stability perspective, I think this passes the test. The setup that I have shown you is rock solid even at 120 km/h speed that I tried out in a straight stretch which was empty. The wireless mic receiver is set up on a shoe mount which is on the casing of the Insta360 camera, which I'll show it to you once I reach home. And it is, as I said, rock solid. It doesn't move. It's perfect. So I am quite happy. The conclusion is that I can confidently use this for my motovlogging. So let's see how this fares in the future. So let's test this out in city traffic now, shall we? How does it perform? Mic test 1 to 3. Mic test 1 to 3. With all these vehicle sounds around, I'm not sure how it's performing. I'll get to know when I'm editing this video, but wanted to try it out. So all the previous testing was done with noise cancellation off. So now we are testing with the noise cancellation on. Let's see how it does. And yes, the Hollyland Lark M1 wireless microphone comes with a noise cancellation button or feature. Let's see how this fares up. I would like to mention that this is not a sponsored video of any kind, either of the Insta360 or the Hollyland Lark microphone. I do this out of my own interest, and obviously if you see the number of subscribers and the number of views that my videos get on this channel, nobody would sponsor this. So it's just out of my own interest, trying to improve myself, provide better content on this channel to the viewers. So wish me luck. And do subscribe and like to my channel. That would really help motivate me.
These are the accessories required for this setup, and I'll try and leave a link to each of these accessories in the description below. The items that you see here are the accessories that are required for this lightweight motovlogging setup. So we have the Insta360 X3 camera, we have the metal casing for the camera, then we have the Hollyland Lark M1 wireless mic receiver, the TRS to TRS patch cable, the USB Type-C to TRS adapter which gets affixed onto the camera. I'll show you in a bit how that is done. And then we have the Ulanzi crab claw, which is my handlebar mount for all this setup. So this one has been already affixed onto my table, which mimics my handlebar mount. So consider this to be my motorbike handlebar, which has already been fixed onto it. So let's see how this is done now. So this is the casing, and the camera is slid onto this casing. So it's an easy setup actually, nothing complicated. So this is how it has been slid on. Now if you see, there is a door to the USB Type-C port, a flap which is removable in the Insta360 cameras. So I can remove that and affix the USB Type-C to TRS converter onto it. Quite easy. The receiver goes onto the shoe mount, as I said earlier, over here. So it's an easy setup. It's a clip, so it gets easily mounted onto this. That's what it has been designed for. And the TRS patch cable is just affixed onto it like this. So this was the setup that I showed you earlier on the motorbike handlebar. And this whole setup gets onto this handlebar mount. Just a minute. So this is how it is. And this here is the transmitter, Hollyland Lark M1 transmitter, and its dead cat, which goes into the helmet. I'll just show that to you in a bit. This is the voice transmission part that we are seeing here for the recording. This is the helmet that I have, and this is the Hollyland Lark M1 transmitter along with the dead cat, which I had shown earlier. So the dead cat goes over the microphone transmitter like this. It's a simple fix. And then the helmet chin curtain has to be removed to show you how to affix it, but it does not require frequent removal once the setup has been made, once the adjustment has been made. I'm removing this and showing it to you because it would be easier on my part for the recording to show it to you guys that how this setup works. Let me keep my helmet aside. So this is the chin curtain of the helmet. So this is the outer part and this is the inner part. So if you see that
there is a thin cloth strip that I have sewed into this chin curtain. As this is a cloth material, we can easily sew it. And the way this transmitter is affixed inside is this also, just like the receiver, has a clip. So the clip just easily slides into this, and there you go. That's it. So you have your microphone on your chin inside the helmet, and the voice is easily transmitted to the receiving end or the wireless receiver on the Insta360. So that's how easy it is.
So the conclusion is that there is quite some wind noise filtering in at greater speeds, and I didn't realize it obviously during the ride, but in the city it performed great according to me, with and without the noise cancellation. I didn't use noise cancellation on the highway, and I'll try it next time. There are some instruments like Adobe Podcast and YouTube Create app which can be used for noise cancellation, for which I'll leave the links in the description below. YouTube Create is the best free tool for audio cleanup, but it cuts out the voice along with the noise in some situations, so you need to be mindful about that. Request to like, share, subscribe, and write down your doubts and questions in the comment section below. Thank you.